strongly caution, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
So happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. It's our wild Wednesday. We're coming in hot. We got a whole bunch of stuff.
Track of what day it is. Anyway, so we have the amazing Cherry from Defenses here. If you guys watched us last Friday, we actually played one of their newer music videos, and we had an overwhelming response to that video of y'all wanting us to bring them on. So here she is. How are you doing today?
I am very good, thank you. Very excited. We're on the album release week, so it's all good. Ooh. It's all happening.
Excellent.
That sounds exciting.
Excellent. So we play a little game with you guys. 1 through, what is it now?
83.
83. So you can either roll the dice or you can pick your number, and it could be anything from pop culture, comic books, music, you name it.
Okay. All right, so should I start with my first number?
Sure. What you want?
Let's go with 21. It's my favorite number.
21. That's a good number. And we're going to be the best band memorabilia you think your fans would want from you.
Ooh, that's a good
right?
question. Maybe something from one of our music videos. For this new era, we've had a few themes in our music videos and a few items that have been consistent throughout. So one of my favorites is we literally bought a thurible, that they use in churches to get smoke everywhere. Mm-hmm. We have one of those now, just in our possession, which is really cool. I also have one of those little light up globe moons that we used a lot. So maybe something like that. I know one thing that we have actually had people ask us about before is Defense's plugs with the little Ouroboros logo. Ooh. How sick would that be?
That'd be a good idea, right?
Yeah. So we might do that at some point.
Heck yeah.
I think I've only seen that done like one time years ago. And I think it was Motionless in White that did it. But that was the only time. And I thought about that. I was like, why don't more bands do the plugs? Like, I would love that because, like, I have very, very, very large plugs, and it is so hard for me to find anything because mine are so big. So I'm at I think mine's at 38 millimeter.
Oh, wow.
The only close thing that I can get to decorative is if they're wooden plugs with burnt in or whatever.
But some really cool ones. I reckon probably the reason more bands haven't done it is because it must be fairly expensive to get it done on loads of different sizes.
Oh
and
yeah.
have different sizes available. But I would love to. I'd be wearing them all the time. So.
Right?
That's when you got to reach out and do those sponsorships and hit up companies and be like, "Yo, look, we got this following. Like, sell it, and we'll get a little portion off of it. You keep your portion, and everybody's happy at the end of the day."
I know a company in the UK that would maybe do that, so I'll look into that.
There you go. There you go. All right, what's your next number? Do you want to roll?
We'll go with 7.
Where'd it go? All right, number 7. Do you think artwork on albums are important, and why?
Absolutely, I do. I think that artwork is a really good way to add a visual aspect to, the art that you've created, which is obviously an audio kind of piece. And I think it can kind of help to extend the story that you're trying to tell, or offer a completely different perspective, or kind of just be its own separate piece of art, essentially, that is still part of your overall creation. So absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's very important.
I always tell people, like, whenever I was a kid and we used to walk into like a CD store back when they existed, unfortunately, they're not around no more, not around here. But I'd walk in and I would literally pick albums just because of the artwork.
Really? I did that a couple of times, to be fair.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you end up kind of exploring different types of music that way as well. If you're pulled in by some really strong artwork, then
Oh yeah, I mean that's how I found out about like White Zombie and Marilyn Manson, and I mean I could just sit down, The Prodigy. I could go on and on about the different bands that I picked just solely because I thought the front of the album looked cool, and I was just a kid. I was just like, hey, that looks cool. I'm gonna buy it. And
yeah,
right.
Rarely ever. I don't know what it was. If it was ass artwork, usually it was good.
Yeah, Iron Maiden did that to me. I remember walking by and being like, "Oh, I like this is cool," and then I picked that up. I mean,
well, they always had cool album artwork.
I know they still do. Still to this day, they still rocking their artwork. Shoot.
Yeah. So you want to pick a number? You want to roll?
Let's go with 3.
Number 3. Oh no! All right. So this is a little bit different one because you do not have your band members with you, but this is going to be a fun one. So you and your band members are in Las Vegas. Okay. You know about Las Vegas. Lots of crazy things happen in Las Vegas. And 2 of your band members are in the back of a police car. What did they do and who did they call? I'm assuming they called you, and then now you're going to put your band members in the cop car. So.
Yeah, so they called me. 2 of them are in the car. What did they do? Okay. Probably something stupid like trying to take a picture with or touch some kind of statue or something. So basically, we're all nerds. And not mine, but one of the guys' biggest pastimes is like Warhammer. So they're really into all that kind of stuff. So if there were any kind of massive statues or anything that looked kind of similar to a Warhammer character that they could like try and take a picture with or do something with, then they'd probably try and do that. And yeah, if that was like against the law, then
I already know where they would get nailed at. I've been in Vegas so many damn times. It'd be Madame Tussauds Wax Museum.
Yep.
It'd be done over with.
Or even a character walking down the street or in a casino. If you think about it, they have those people that are statues that are like real people. I mean, that would be.
Yeah. I keep forgetting about the street performers, but I mean, most of them are butt naked. So, I mean.
Yeah, it would definitely be that kind of thing. It wouldn't be like, getting super drunk and like trashing a room or anything. It would be something stupid like that.
Oh, there's a
Why
ton.
are we going to jail? Jagz, what did we do?
What we do?
Yeah, they said you all are definitely going to jail if you go to Vegas. So what did we do?
Oh shit! we probably got drunk and stoned, and we fell asleep out on the street.
You fell asleep on the street.
Yeah, I'm
I was
probably.
probably dragging you out of the water fountain. That's probably what it was. Because you probably
Yeah.
curled up in the water fountain, thought it was the bathtub.
Yeah, that's probably it. Because I mean, once you get me a good bar, I'm really not going to move much, but I'm going to drink copious amounts of beer. It's going to be absolutely insane. And good God, don't let me into a sports bar because I will spend way too much money in a sports bar. Just make sure it's not on the night that there's sports, and we're going to be okay. But any of that, no.
In trouble.
All right, so you want to pick a number, you want to roll?
Let's roll.
Okay.
We're gonna roll the dice. 63. Last song you sang in the shower.
Ooh, last song I sang in the shower, very specific. Let me think.
Okay, how about the playlist that you have for the shower? I don't know.
It changes every time. I think probably the last song that I sang along to was What's Wrong by Paris.
Okay.
I was spinning a lot of Paris in the shower, so.
Okay.
My shower playlist changes a lot too, but here lately I've been fucking stuck on damn Knocked Loose. Like
Oh yeah, my partner's been stuck on them too.
I've been like really stuck on Knocked Loose now for like the last like 5 months. That's all I've been listening to. So I get him. I understand. All right. So you want to roll or you want to pick?
Let's roll again.
All right.
36. What? Those are some. Come on, mouse. Okay. Ooh, Jedi or Sith? Which one are you?
I mean, I'm probably Sith. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. If my character Shadow Cherry has anything to say about it, then yeah, it's going to be Sith.
It's going to be the Sith one. Huh? Do you watch Star Wars, or you just
no, not that. I'm not like a fan. I wouldn't say I'm a Star Wars fan. I've seen some of the films, but not all of them.
Yeah, gotcha. I hear you.
I'm a huge Star Wars fanatic, especially like the animated series stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love the animated series stuff they put out. That shit's so good. I'll just sit there in my room all day just watching that shit and smoking and drinking beer and watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
You want to know a real good way to make them get all different colors? It's really funny. Just tell them that Star Trek is better than Star Wars,
You
and then
shut your whole mouth right now. No.
see, there goes the color.
That is fucking blasphemy.
Push the button. Push the button.
All right. Let's switch subject.
Okay, let's go with number 11.
Number 11 is, if you can own any mystical creature, what would it be?
Wow, what a great question. Oh, I know I'm suddenly forgetting all the mythical creatures that have ever existed. Okay. I don't know if it counts as a myth. I guess it does, but I'm going to say dragon. When I was younger, I used to really, really want a dragon, and I've always been fascinated by them. I think they're really beautiful. So, and even like in more recent years as an adult, like watching The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, I spent most of the scenes where he is in it thinking, God, like, wouldn't it be so cool to just like ride that and like go for a little fly, you know? So,
right.
Pet dragon would be very cool.
I know a lot of people like to talk about Game of Thrones when that comes on, and I kind of feel bad because I have never watched Game of Thrones.
None of it?
No.
Oh my
God!
Really good. I like it.
I have never seen not one episode. I've seen like little like clips on TikTok and stuff like that of people post it, but I've never watched it.
Just never been interested.
I don't have a whole lot of time to watch shows. Like, it's got to be something I'm like super, super, super interested in for me to like sit down and watch it. But other than that, like, I mean, I don't really hardly watch movies anymore. It's got to be something I'm super interested in, or I just won't do it.
Yeah, fair.
All right, so you want to roll? You want to pick?
Let's roll.
Roll we go. 52. If you were asked to do a movie, what kind of movie would you be in?
Fantasy. 100%. It would be a fantasy film of some description, some mythical land where I can
With
have
a dragon.
With a dragon, where I have powers.
Heck yeah. Would it be after a book, or would it be like a comic book? Like what's the character like? What do we got here?
Ooh. Probably something from book, but basically like my ideal characterized version of myself would be some kind of forest witch.
Okay.
But like a good witch, you know, who's just very spiritual and uses the nature to do her magic and her spells and stuff, and lives somewhere that looks like it's, you know, in the Nordics, like Sweden or something. Really,
Yeah,
you know,
woodsy,
beautiful nature and woodsy and mountains and stuff.
All right. Sounds good.
I would get down with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like a female version of Hogwarts. What's his name?
Kinda.
Now I forgot his name. Hagrid.
yeah, Hagrid vibes for sure. Cottage core.
Right.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen the Harry Potter movies, to be fair.
Okay.
I have seen those, so those I do know. All right, so you want to roll or you want to pick?
Let's go with number 33.
33 is the magical best advice someone has given you in music.
Best advice. Probably just to get out of my own head. Like most people, or probably all people, I am my own worst enemy, 100%. And like just in general, self-confidence is something that I've really struggled with pretty much my entire life up until now. And yeah, basically just, you know, trust that I can do it, and then just go for it, and yeah, not let my own insecurities and thoughts get in my own way, basically.
I think people don't realize, like, they think they see these musicians on stage and they're doing their thing and killing it, and they're like, God, I want to be that. Like, I want to have that, you know, confidence to do it, not realizing that a lot of us don't have that confidence, and we have to force ourselves to get up there.
100%. Like the people who know me in real life, who didn't know I was in a band, are always shocked to find out that I am the front woman of a band, because in real life I am quite shy, and like I said, you know, up until now I've always been pretty insecure, and I'm an introvert. You know, I don't enjoy being around lots of people or being in, like, you know, settings where it's just lots of people and noise all the time. I'm not a big fan of that. And yeah, I love playing shows and, you know, getting up on stage and having everyone staring at me. That did take some time to get used to be fair.
I remember growing up, like I think for the first like 2-3 years I played, I would get so nerve-wracked before a show. I would throw up every single time on cue.
Really?
As soon as I knew we were about to get on that stage, I would throw up. I'd always tell the promoter, like, bring me a trash can.
Wow. That's only happened to me once. And it was the first show of our first tour back after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally it was about 10 minutes before we were going to go on, and I threw up. And then I just went on, and everyone was like, Cherry, that was like the most metal thing you've ever done.
You're all magical.
I'm kind of like you. Like, if I'm at a festival watching bands, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm at like a sporting event, I'm good. But if you put me at like a house party or some type of like,
or even just like walking down New York on like walking down street in New York on a busy day, you know?
Yeah,
it's just
just overwhelming. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I am not okay with it, and it sucks. And I'm just like, fuck this shit. There's a reason I don't go vacation, because I don't want to be stuck with all these damn people in some massive city walking around, and I don't know where the hell I'm at. So there's the stress of that, all these people. And then, you know, especially if I go somewhere, I've got such a deep Southern accent that the second I start talking, everybody's like, "Oh, where are you from in the South?" I'm like, "Oh God, here we go. Here comes the fucking red dick jokes." I'm good. Well, we're gonna pass right by that. So somebody in here has a question. What American food would you like to try?
Ooh. So I've been to America a lot. I think I've tried most things. But one thing that I still have never tried is a corn dog. I really want to try a corn dog.
Oh, you got to get the right kind then. Yes, you don't listen to him. You got to get the right kind.
You know,
I don't know about them, so I just
it's good. They're good. It's different.
I like the idea of it.
I think mine's based off of a bad childhood experience I had.
Okay.
I was born and grew up in Oklahoma, and the state fair always fell on the weekend of my birthday. Every year was the kickoff, so we'd always go the weekend of my birthday. We'd go to the Oklahoma State Fair, and I had a damn corn dog, and I got food poisoning bad, so bad.
Oh no!
Today, I cannot smell corn dogs without getting nauseous, and I can't do it.
It's so funny how our bodies do that, and then that's it. You're scarred for life for this specific thing.
Yeah, and I used to really like meatball subs, and I went to Subway one year and got really bad food poisoning. To this day, I cannot eat a meatball sub. Cannot do it. I will get sick as a dog even freaking smelling it. I'm like,
my one is Maltesers. That's the only thing for me that does that. Because when I was a kid, me and my friend, we went to the cinema and we just binged Maltesers. We just had an insane amount. And both of us went to our homes that night and projectile vomited everywhere. And since then, haven't been able to eat Maltesers.
Horrid feeling.
Things we do.
Food poisoning is the worst thing you could ever get in your freaking life.
I know, it's horrible.
God awful. I would rather fucking get the flu or some shit than have to deal with food poisoning.
Yeah.
No, thank you. All right. So bonus question. At what point in your life was that turning point that you decided to be a musician? Was it a band, a music video? What was it that made you want to be a musician, and particularly in heavy metal?
Oh, well, the choice to follow the musician path more seriously happened when I would have been 16, 17. It basically happened just after I finished school. So in the UK, you do up to 16, you do your GCSEs, and then you go off to what we call college for 2 years, and then you go to university. And some people, instead of going to college for those 2 years, they'll stay in school but take additional exams called A-levels. And so when I first left school, I went to a different school to do A-levels. And I was studying biology, chemistry, psychology, and sociology because I wanted to get into forensic science because I love science. Science and music were always my two passions growing up. And then basically I decided that it was going to be too much work, and there was actually too much math involved for my liking.
I hear you on that one. I get it.
So I dropped out of the school and then re-enlisted for the following year to go to college to do music composition and performance. And from then on, the focus has just been music. So yeah, late teens is when I officially made the switch, and was loved emo and rock and metal from being a young teenager. So I always knew that would be the area of music that I would want to go into because that's where my passion was. And as it kind of went on and I found more opportunities and it became more substantial, it went from okay, maybe it'll be a little rock band of some sort to no, metal. I want to be in a metal band. So kind of progressed.
Awesome. So you want to pick a number? Or you want to roll?
We can roll, but I can see there's another question in the chat, which is fish and chips or bangers and mash. So good. It's a good question. Of the two, I would say my favorite is fish and chips, but I don't ever actually get fish and chips. I get sausage and chips. So it's kind of the best of both. So it's bangers and chips, basically.
I love fish and chips. It's like one of my favorite things ever.
It's so good. Yeah. Chips from a chip shop are the best chips. 100%.
Yeah, like fresh, good ones.
See, here it's not chips; it's always French fries.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
so everybody has it because chips is crisps. Like what you call chips, we call crisps.
Right.
And then chips is fries. It's
I'd be all confused when I go over there. I'd be ordering some fries and ended up with some chips instead. Hey, good thing I like them both.
All right. So you want to roll or you want to pick?
Let's roll.
Roll we go. We are going to 64. I just passed 64. Okay. If you wanted to embarrass your kids at school, what would you be rolling up playing in your car when you dropped them off? Oh, I got good. I got it. Like,
well, I don't have kids, so this is hypothetical.
Yeah, you're we got to get this pre-done so that you'll be ready.
So I'm ready when the time comes.
Yeah, so you're ready. You got to get that good one.
Maybe like it wasn't me by Shaggy, and I'd be singing along very loudly. That would add.
Of course. Ooh. I might bust out the Humpty dance just because. I might even get out of the car and do it.
Oh no, she would. She would do it. No, yeah, and you're not going to do it to children. You're going to do it to me.
Well, I cannot tell a lie. Thanks for that.
I'm hiding in the trunk.
We'll stop in the middle of the intersection and I'm turning it up.
See, Deanna said what I would have said.
Yeah.
The Barbie girl song.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. All right, so next, you want to roll or do you want to pick?
What did you say the numbers went up to?
83.
Okay, let's do 77.
77. If your music had a scent, what would you smell like?
Wow, that's such a cool question. Oh, okay, bear with me. I'm going to try and look up my favorite perfume scent to get a vibe for what that is.
I'm over here smelling.
It'd be something like
that.
See, that wouldn't help with me because I have no sense of smell, so I can't smell.
I know, you're jacked.
So I think it would be a mixture of like a warm, musky base note with some spices in there. Definitely some spices. And then I think it's sandalwood. Maybe a bit of sandalwood in there.
Sandalwood's nice.
And then maybe just a little bit of vanilla to sweeten it up a bit.
I do remember sandalwood used to be one of my favorite incenses back when I could smell.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I got COVID when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
I was sick for about 27 days.
Uh-huh.
And by the time I came out of it, it was better. I went around lighting candles and stuff like that. And I'm just like, why the hell can I not smell anything? I can't smell a damn thing. And I'm like lighting incense and I'm like, is there something wrong with this shit or is there something wrong with me?
Uh-huh.
And I never got it back still this day.
No way. Oh my God, that sucks.
I haven't been able to smell in years now. I think it's been 5
What about
years.
taste? Your taste came back?
No, actually, my taste profile completely changed. I used to be a very picky eater. Like I would barely touch vegetables. I hated lettuce, tomatoes. I wouldn't eat any of that. Now I eat almost everything.
Wow.
Almost everything. Like I'll eat vegetables, love them, but I never could eat them beforehand. I hated them. Now I'll eat them. But I cannot drink the one thing that it did change. I cannot stand soda. All soda tastes like cough syrup to me.
Wow. That's
Like,
crazy.
That's
I mean, that's probably a good thing.
yeah, I definitely eat healthier now, but yeah, I used to be a big soda fanatic, especially Mountain Dew. And now it all tastes like Robitussin cough syrup, and I cannot drink it.
Wow.
well.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably a good one, but that's still insane.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's roll.
Roll we go. 82. If you can have a metal remix of any TV show's theme song, which TV show theme song would you pick?
It might be an obvious answer, but it is my go-to TV show. So I'm going to say Friends. I think a metal version of the Friends theme song.
Yeah. I think it would work out great.
I could see that being really good.
You know what? I can almost guarantee that somebody's done it.
Surely.
I'm sure it's out there. Now I'm going to have to peruse YouTube and see if it
Now everybody's going to be looking for the Friends version of it. Yeah.
I'm going to have to see if that actually exists. Like I got to. So bonus question. We like to ask this one all the time, which it's not on the list. If you were going to be locked in a house for 24 hours with any horror icon, who would you be locked in that house with? Now you got to remember,
icon.
Yeah. Do you want to die fast or do you want a chance of survival?
I got to think of a new one today.
Oh, that's such a good question.
It is. There's so many of them that you can choose from too.
Exactly.
I change mine every show just to irritate him. And
I'll go with Freddy Krueger because I think that would be quite fun. Actually, I'll try and have a conversation with him, and maybe try and get a job rather than have him kill me.
You're like, hold on a minute. Hold on.
Let's debate.
Let's talk first.
I mean, you probably could get him talking. I mean, hell.
Yeah, worth a try. Worth a try.
Okay, there you go. What is one cover you would like to do?
I literally have a playlist on Spotify of covers I want to do. I used to do them all the time, and I've just been so busy with all of the stuff that we've had going on and like other life stuff that I haven't done a cover in years. But one that I really, really want to do is The Offering by Sleep Token. I love that song so much, and I also really love where it sits vocally. It fits my voice really well. Every time I sing it in the car, I'm like, this sounds really good. So yeah, I do want to do a cover of that at some point.
That's my like nighttime music before I go to bed. I love Sleep Token. And I actually have only kind of recently discovered Sleep Token when they kind of blew up over here. I think I've been listening to them for maybe about a year. My brother introduced me to them and was like, hey man, I ran to this band on Amazon Music and you've got to listen to it. Nice. And he was like, it's so different and it's interesting. And I was just like, all right, cool. So I listened to it and I was like, holy crap. Okay.
It's amazing to see how they've blown up as well over the last few years. They are like one of the biggest metal bands in the world now, I feel.
Oh yeah, hands down. Like they've become this like overnight sensation, like especially over here, because I know they've been over in the UK for quite some time now, but they're now like exploding.
Yeah.
And like everybody, I tried to get tickets to go see them. Those tickets were sold out in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's insane. And I'm probably one of the only people, I hope I don't get hate for this, but I'm one of the only people in the world who isn't a massive fan of their latest album.
Really?
It's been funny for me, like, because I haven't like said anything, and just seeing how everyone is just going absolutely nuts for this. But I think the first one is the best. I think Sundowning is so strong.
See, I just downloaded it, but I haven't had the chance to listen to it yet. I was planning on listening to it tomorrow. Yeah, so like I just downloaded it. I seen it. I was like, all right, well, I like this album. I'm gonna download this one and listen to it from front to back and see what I think and check that out. So I've heard a lot of their stuff is like this newer album is a lot different than what they had previously done.
Yeah, it has definitely been like a transition I've felt with each album. And it's obviously working for them, and the masses are 100% loving it. So, like, you know, no hate or whatever. But in my personal opinion, for my personal taste, the change, like, I've liked each release slightly less as they've gone on from that first one. But yeah, that first one is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's incredible.
So going into them, I do have another little bonus question for you. How do you feel about bands wearing like the masks and doing the whole stage show? Do you feel like it's gimmicky, or do you feel like it's cool and it's got its place in metal?
I think it's got its place. I think if it's done well, then it can be really, really strong. You know, obviously, like, they weren't the first band to come out with, you know, with masks and stuff, but the branding overall that they came up with was so strong, and the lore behind everything that they were doing was so interesting that it did really tie into it really well, the masks, and kind of add to it. And like, I can think of another band that I know that are good friends with us called Chugaboom, who they're like fun. They're like a fun band. And so a lot of their songs are quite jokey, but even so, and I think maybe from their perspective, it even is potentially supposed to be a gimmick, but it still doesn't come across that way. It's still like, this is just the identity of this group, and this particular group is just making like fun metal, basically. So yeah, I definitely think it has a place. I think if it gets too overdone, then it is just like everything else going to just become a massive gimmick. But yeah, I do think it has a place.
All right, cool. So you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's go with 15.
15. Well, you don't use drumsticks. What kind of mic do you use, and which one do you like the best?
I am a simple girl. I use a Shure SM58.
Okay. That's pretty unanimous, like all the way across the board. I think there's only very few vocalists that we've had on here that have used something different, but that's been.
I mean, wireless mics are really cool, and if you can get a good wireless mic, then they can be a lot of fun. But they can also come with their own silly little technical issues that you just won't get with a simple wired SM58. So, yeah.
That's like me being a bass player. I think when we first got wireless hookups, we had to wear this big giant box on our hip, and that like annoyed the shit out of me. I hated it because I'd sit there, be playing, and I'd slam my elbow into it all the time, or accidentally turn it off and knock chords out. And I've done it 50,000 times, and I'm like, y'all gotta do something about this because this shit sucks. This is not what I thought it was gonna be. It's nice to move around freely, but when you're sitting there elbowing that big ass clunky box that is hooked up to my side, no, hell no.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's roll.
Roll we go. 12. If you can do a sold out concert in the USA and maybe where you are at, so maybe we should do overseas and the USA, where would you do it?
So this is just like dream goals type thing. Okay, well, in the US, it'd be Madison Square Garden. Would be a dream, absolute dream.
I don't blame you. A lot of history there.
Yeah, in the UK would be Wembley Arena. I've been going to shows there since I was a young girl. I've seen all my favorite bands and artists there. And yeah, to be able to be on that stage would be amazing.
Yeah, I wish I could go over there and see some of the bands that play, because like one thing I could say is like some of the best bands I've ever seen have come from the UK as far as their like stage performances. Because like my roommate, her favorite band in the whole world is Yumi at Six.
Really? Oh, she must have been devastated when she heard the news.
Well, we went to one of their last shows. We just we caught them in Orlando about 3 weeks ago and went and seen them with Enter Shikari.
Oh, that must have been so good.
Yeah, it was a really good show. I was super impressed. Like, I hadn't really listened to their music too much. I'd heard a song or two, but boy, them boys lit that shit up that night. I left super impressed. I was like, all right, this band's pretty badass. And their stage, boy, I don't know how the hell they have that much damn energy, because it was like nonstop energy through the roof from beginning to end. And I think they played an hour and a half set.
Wow. I mean, yeah, they've been around for a long time.
Yeah,
they're one of my earliest kind of influences in the rock scene as well when it comes to wanting to be in a band.
Right.
At the time, it was all Yumi at Six and Paramore I was listening to.
Yeah, see, she listens to Yumi at Six, and I'm trying to think the other band that's from over there that she listens to a lot, McFly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Big, huge band that she just absolutely freaking loves.
Cool.
So it was pretty awesome. All right, so bonus question. If you guys could tour with any 3 bands of your choice within your genre, who would you choose?
Easy. Sleep Token, Spirit Box, and Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay. I like Bring Me the Horizon. So were you upset when they changed their sound from what they originally started as?
No. So what they originally started as, I wasn't actually a huge fan of. I listened to it and I had that first EP. But I think that, yeah, when they started to develop a little bit is when they got like their strongest. Sempiternal is like, again, one of my top albums of all time. And I feel like that era of that band is probably my favorite. They've gone a little bit too far in the other direction now, in my personal opinion, but I'm still enjoying it because the level that they're at now and the kind of shows that they're putting on now is incredibly impressive to behold. And yeah, so I still really love them. And yeah, would be very, very cool. But yeah, I have essentially like watched the progression right from the start, and they have, gone down the mainstream route, and it's a completely different band from the band that started. But I like that about bands and artists, that there's evolution, and that you're gonna get different sounds from different kind of eras of an artist's career.
Yeah. So if there's a flip side to this question, you had to go on tour with any 3 bands nowhere near your genre, not even close, who would you choose?
Do they have to be bands, not artists?
They could be artists.
The artist.
Okay. Because my number 1 pick would be Billie Eilish.
Okay.
I love Billie Eilish. And yeah, I'm not sure how much crossover there would be for the fans. Certainly not going, one way. I think some some Defenses fans might like Billie, but I'm not sure how many Billie fans would like Defenses.
All right, you can have whoever you want.
What was that?
You can have whoever you want. That's the great thing about it.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Billie. Oh God, this is tough. Let me have a quick think of who else I listen to that's definitely not anywhere near metal.
Well, I know Snoop Dogg is going to be at my concert.
Really?
I just got to figure out who my other ones are.
Nice. My sister actually met him randomly. She danced for him at one of his shows. Crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
I think just because it's the first thing I can see, the other one I would pick is Willow. I really, really like her as an artist. I really love her latest album that she put out And I feel like we're probably somewhat kindred spirits. She's a very spiritual person. I'm a very spiritual person. It'd be cool to tour with her.
Okay.
And then I think you said 3, but I honestly can't think of a third.
See, I always tell everybody if you want to do it, you have to do it. You want like maximum exposure. So like I'd be like Taylor Swift. You know that shit's gonna be some massive coliseum. It's gonna be sold out from front to back.
That's true.
Do it. Just do it. You ain't gotta like them, but if you want maximum exposure, there you go.
That's the way to do it.
Like for me, it'd be Taylor Swift, Post Malone, and Snoop Dogg.
Smart. That's smart. Yeah.
I like Post Malone's one of my non-metal artists that I constantly listen to a lot and love his stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I never got hugely into him, but I do like a few songs. Cool.
All right, cool. So you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's roll.
34. Space or deep water? If you had a chance to do either one and you had to pick, are you going under the oceans or are you going to outer space?
Going to outer space, 100%. No way. No way.
Yeah.
Going deep into the ocean.
No.
Yeah, I love space. I've always been fascinated by space, and stargazing is the favorite pastime of mine. I'm also equally as terrified of space. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do it. It's too scary down there.
I'm equally terrified of both.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not going.
Nope. I'm gonna keep my ass on the land.
Man, I've been a big space nut ever since I was a kid. I actually used to want to be an astronaut, right, and do all that stuff.
Yeah. That's cool.
No. All right. So you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's do 40.
40. All right. When you take a drink, when you pick up your cup or a can, is your pinky up or is it down? It's up. Finally found somebody.
I had to check because I wasn't sure. I think it does vary, but I do that a lot.
Yeah, I do that every time I do it. I'm all about my pinky up in the air.
I think my mom does that too. Well, no, I think my mom only does it if she's drinking wine.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's the only time I've ever seen her do that is if she's drinking wine.
The one time I don't do it is when I'm like holding a mug. You know, the time when people action it, they do that as if they're drinking like tea from a mug, right? But that I'll hold a mug like this. But yeah, with a glass, it was still.
We got fancy water, all right?
All right, I got you. All right, so you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's roll.
Roll we go. 11. We already did that one. All right, let's go for, if you had an unlimited budget, what kind of video would you make for your music?
Wow. If I had an unlimited budget, it would be a video that had lots of really cool, difficult to do transitions, like cool kind of film effect stuff. And it would be in like a crazy location, like somewhere probably in America where there's just like loads of open land kind of vibes. Yeah, probably something like that. And then I'd get lots of smoke cannons and flame cannons and stuff. Super epic.
Mine today, I'm going to space. I'm taking mine to space. If we got an unlimited, let's go have a nice little video on the moon.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea. That is a great idea.
Just CGI me in. I'll do green screen.
I just need you. Yeah, I just need you to do the stuff down below.
I'm going full on green screen. You have fun. Because I ain't going.
I will do it. Look, whatever band wants to go to space, I'll go up there with them.
No. Absolutely freaking not. All right. So what band or what artist has been your biggest inspiration in you writing your music?
I mean, if you ask different members of the band, you're going to get different answers for sure. But for me personally, from a lyrical perspective and kind of from a personal writing perspective, it probably is Paris. I'm actually in the middle of writing a little feature for a website on why, you know, I love them and why they've been such a big influence for me. But they really have. They're another band that I've, you know, followed since the start of their careers. And Lynn, I find incredibly inspirational as a musician. And kind of watching her progression over the years to the point where now Paris is essentially just her because she is the one doing absolutely everything. Yeah, I just find her incredibly inspiring, and a lot of the stuff that she writes about, I've basically been able to relate to over the years. And there's something quite poetic about the way she writes, which I also find very inspiring.
Okay, cool, excellent. So do you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's roll.
Roll we go. Going with 21. Where did that one? So we'll go down to the one luxury on your tour bus that you would want. What would it be?
On luxury.
Yeah, you can have anything you want on that bus.
Hot tub, masseuse.
Again,
shed.
fairly simple. I want my own room. I want a whole separate room that is just mine, where I can go to sleep and not have any distractions or noise from anyone else. And again, go and just be my introverted self and get some space and distance from other people, even if it's my bandmates who I love. You know, after a while, you do just want a bit of a break and a breather. So somewhere where I can do that, even whilst we're traveling for hours on the road, would be very cool.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's pretty normal answer that we get. All right. So one of the last important questions before we play y'all's new music video. Where can they get your music at? And most importantly, where can they get merch if you have it?
We have so much merch. We have a crazy amount of merch. And we have some really cool new merch that we've released for our new album, which is coming out on Friday. Our music is available pretty much everywhere that you listen to music, everywhere that you stream your music: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, like all of them, everywhere. And yeah, all of our music videos are on YouTube. Our merch is available from our official website, which is defensesofficial.com. And a lot of the designs, a lot of the older designs were actually designed by myself. Take a lot of pride in that. But yeah, the newer designs are all related to our new album, Shadow Light, with the exception of there's one new design that isn't really related to anything. We just wanted to do it, which is the one I'm wearing right now, which is the
Sweet.
Nice shirt.
I've just always wanted to have like a metal logo tee for us. We have one.
Heck yeah, we have one.
But yeah, all the other merch is Shadow Light related. We have a few pieces here, but they're a bit buried, so I won't grab it. But it's all up on our website, so you can go and have a look at all the photos on there. And there's bundles and stuff too for the new album.
Excellent, excellent. So for you guys watching, stay put, don't go anywhere. We're going to play their new music video, Shadow Light. Please make sure to join us tonight because, yes, we do have another interview tonight at 9 o'clock. We'll have Autumn Lies Buried. So definitely check that out. These guys are fucking amazing. If you haven't seen them, they're awesome. Anyways, y'all check out Shadow Light, and we'll see you later this evening.